Now, for those people who have moon in the sign of Taurus, which means moon is exalted in the sign of Taurus here. However, Ketu going into the sign of Leo means Ketu being the south node of the moon. This exalted moon that you have in your natal sign will have to take responsibility. Ketu being the south node of the moon, wherever Ketu goes. So there, whichever sign it goes, it takes the responsibility of the characteristics of that sign. So Ketu being in Leo, the sign of responsibility, taking lead, showing consideration for others, the sign of sharpness, the sign of brightness. So here Ketu is about taking the lead, but taking the lead in both the domestic affairs, taking the responsibility at home, taking the responsibility for your dependents, taking the responsibility for those people who are your elders, maybe your parents, any elder that you are living with, and also of immediate family. If you are not married and if you have living with your siblings, so if you don't have a family yet, if you're not married, if you don't have children, even if you're not living with your siblings, yet they are your immediate responsibility. Though they are your home, they are your domestic home, even if you travel to a different city or different country to work. So taking accountability and responsibility for them and your equation with them. So whatever your equation is with your family members in your domestic life, you need to take the responsibility of what kind of a rapport you have with them, what kind of a relationship you have with them, and you need to turn around things, you need to change things, you need to transform things for better domestic environment, better relations at home, better stability at home, because through that the gains of the home will also come. The reciprocity of the domestic home will come, the reciprocity of love, care, affection that you get from the other side, from your dependents, from your family will also come. This is key because Ketu is aspecting with this fifth aspect, the Sagittarius sign of high learning, higher wisdom. And so Ketu being the aspect of negation. So Ketu is denying problems, obstruction, challenges, as long as you take responsibility to give up for self but work for others. Because Ketu is all about negating the results for self but focusing on results for others. And at the same time, Ketu is also aspecting the Aries sign, which is ninth aspect. So your ninth aspect in Aries means that Ketu is trying to acquire gains through higher learning, higher faith, higher belief. But in the spiritual realm, in the higher realm, in the salvation realm, in the moksha realm, which means that by giving up on the self, you will be acquiring the chance of higher elevation. Whether you attain salvation or not is a secondary thing, but you'll at least gain a higher elevation in your spiritual pursuit, in trying to understand yourself better, in trying to know the relationship better. So this is a very, very potent transit of Ketu going into the sign of Leo in the fourth house from your moon sign perspective and aspecting the 12th house. Now moon's aspect is on the Scorpio sign, the seventh aspect. So the transformation is even more enhanced because Ketu represents transformation. It is the south node of the moon. Moon from your natal chart aspects Scorpio sign, which means throughout your life, you will find there are many times, there are many changes, transformations, ups and downs, overcoming of obstructions, overcoming and challenges also. However, in this transit, you will be supported by the stability, the commitment that Saturn will be providing, how Ketu will give up for the self and work for others, and with the wisdom and the expansion that Jupiter will give you.